Greetings, YouTube. I picked up this very sorry looking bucket at a yard sale. But I didn't buy the bucket. What I bought, what was in the bucket. And this is what was in the bucket. So, start over here, and we have a right angle clamp. Holds stock thicknesses up to 7/8. Friction jaws hold tight. Lightweight yet rugged. Replaces the need for awkward pipe clamps. Large handle pulls joints together easily. So I don't know how well this is going to work. I don't know if it was ever used or not, but I picked it up because I thought it might be interesting. We have a couple of containers full of fasteners, including these nice square-headed lag bolts. Some paint can wrenches, if I ever need to use that. A wrench, which is in kind of sad shape. A hell of a lot of files. This is what drew my attention to the bucket, was this round file. It's just ginormous. That is also a very large half round file. There's a couple of triangles, a couple of squares, and a lot of flat ones in there of all different sizes. A bunch of drill bits, including this teeny little bit here, as well as a countersink bit, which I don't think I own. A tiny little breaker bar. I don't know if I have any bits that would fit the darn thing, but I think that's it. A teeny little Forstner bit. This, I believe, is an easy out. This is a monstrous easy out. That's for getting big bolts that are stuck in things out. Some taps, some wrenches, some screwdrivers and such. Those we're going to get rid of those. I don't need those. Bunch of punches and chisels of different varieties and sizes. I don't know what all of these things originally were for, but I thought this one might make an interesting pick. Mount that in a handle like this. I'll obviously deburr that. Mount this in a bat or something. Figure out a way to fasten it in place. Maybe a tight hole, and then drill a small hole and put a screw this way to adhere it in place, and then you'd have yourself a really cool pick, lightweight and fast. That would be kind of cool. And a bunch of wrenches. Now, if I can find two of these wrenches that are identical in design and close in size, I think I am going to make a silly throwing star, kind of like an Apache rabbit stick. We'll see if I can find two in here, because I really don't need all these wrenches. I'm going to go through. I may keep some of the ones that are cooler looking, like I kind of like that S-curve there. But I'm going to go through these and see which ones I like. And again, I may make something silly out of a couple of them. And the rest I may donate. I'm not sure. Again, I don't really need that many open-end wrenches. I have some nice ones. I will check and see if they're sizes I don't have, and if they're like a larger size, I'll keep those. This one was modified. This one was modified by the dude who owned this, because that's what it used to look like. And then he made it look like this. So this was modified for a specific job of some kind. I have no idea what that was. I bought these things again at a yard sale for $5 for this entire bucket. This looks like it was supposed to be longer at one time, but it was an offset, so it's designed to go under something, for prying probably, or cutting something off. I'm not 100% sure what. It was well loved though, which is why it's broken. That piece is probably just going to get recycled. It's steel. Steel recycles really well. So this is just a kind of indication of what you can find if you poke around. Oh yeah, I got some fasteners here. Some hose fittings. There's like, what, 5 of them here screwed together? I don't know what they're for. Oh yeah, and this thing, I think this is a ream. I think you put this into a hole to open it up. I think that's what it's for. Kind of like a broaching bit in some ways. I'm not 100% sure on that. I've never seen one this shape, because it's got that all going in the same direction vibe. It's kind of like a throwing star kind of design. Yeah, I think that's what this is for like widening a hole ever so slightly or something like that. I've never seen one like this, but I'm not sure for positive what this is. I'll probably keep that just because it's kind of unique looking. But some of these I'm just going to get rid of because I definitely don't need all of these. I've got some chisels and punches already in my collection. But the more interesting ones I'm going to keep. or the ones I think I can find some up-to-date utility for. But some of these are going to definitely become fodder if I ever actually get my butt in gear and start working on knives. So I might turn some of these into knives or daggers or something like that at some point in the future. But it's cheap stock and it's good steel. And that wrench right there, I may use that for weapons build, because there is a Fallout 4 weapons build where a wrench has gears in the head, so they make it into a mace. Now I have to get a set of decent sized gears to fit in there. I may use that wrench to do that kind of a build. It's just an assembly weapon, but I think it would still be kind of cool, and it's got a nice vibe to it. It's a little bent, it's a little worn, it's definitely seen heavy use, so I think that's kind of cool. But like I said, if you poke around and you get lucky, this is the kind of thing that you can find. That section on the tool haul was kind of short, so I thought I'd throw something else in just for fun. This is an edger, or a light ice scraper, I guess, and I picked it up at a yard sale for $1. It has already been modified by someone, and it's got a lovely post-apocalyptic aesthetic to it. So I thought, well, let's complete the look. So I'm going to turn this into a spear. So I'm going to whack off 2 pieces from that head up there, and I'm going to make this into a pointy thing with sharp edges. Just because I can. For fun. So, back in a second. And here we have the lines laid out. That's where I'm going to be cutting it. Right along those lines. So I'm going to end up with a nice broad arrow type head, and these sections will probably get recycled because they're just steel and they're kind of small. And steel recycles really well. Took me longer to get on my safety gear, which is not 100% correct because apparently I am smoking. Yep. I am actually, honest to God, on fire. Crap. Alright, so I didn't burn my shirt. But yeah, I got a new hole in my apron now. Awesome. Gotta patch this thing now. Got a new hole. Great. Alrighty, well, that's life. Like I said, it took me longer to get my safety gear on than to cut this, and my safety gear failed. Yay! And there we go. One really dangerous lawn edger. Got a decent point on it. Got a decent enough edge to, like, for thrusting. You're not going to be doing any heavy cutting with this. This steel isn't great. But a solid little spear. Simple, fast. Like I said, the main cuts took me less time to put on my safety gear, which then failed me. So I really need to get a leather apron. Really, I do. It's kind of like an imperative, I think. Because leaving the leather apron, I'm probably not going to set myself on fire. Which would be kind of cool. So, a couple more shots of this for the video and my DeviantArt. And I will see you guys in the next build. And the next gear haul, I guess. Thanks.